You ever scroll through YouTube or Instagram and suddenly feel like the biggest failure in the world? Like, oh wow, here's a 23-year-old who just made $400,000 in 3 months, drop shipping glow-in-the-dark toilet paper, while you're just trying to figure out how to stop snoozing your alarm 10 times every morning. Yeah, I've been there. We're being fed this nonstop highlight reel of overnight millionaires, success coaches who look like they've never had a bad hair day, and 20-somethings buying Lambos with multiple streams of passive income. And you start thinking, oh, what's wrong with me? Why is my success story taking so long? Did I miss something? The truth is, most of what the internet tells you about success is either a wild exaggeration, a very rare exception, or just complete nonsense. Spoiler, it's not about having the most productive morning routine or taking cold showers every day, though they are generally good for you. We're talking about the real, unsexy stuff and how most people who suddenly made it were quietly grinding for years before that lucky break ever happened. So if you're tired of feeling like you're falling behind, let's have some real talk. Most of us are drowning in these success stories where people go from broke to 6 figures in like 18 months. You hear about someone who launched a course, wrote an ebook, opened a Shopify store, and boom, money started raining from the sky. But what they don't show you is the part before that. When they were quietly failing, experimenting, probably crying in their car, and learning from their 17th flop. These stories set completely unrealistic expectations. So now, if you're not making big money in a year or two, you start thinking maybe you're not cut out for this. Like maybe you're just not one of the chosen ones. But 99% of the time, that's not true at all. A lot of these internet overnight successes are hiding one very important fact. They've been in the trenches way longer than they admit. They might have been freelancing for years or failed at 3 businesses before this one worked. Or maybe they grew up with access to people who were already successful. So they got a head start without even realizing it. And no shade to them. But if you're starting from scratch with no roadmap, no mentors, and no trust fund, of course it's going to take longer, and that's normal. They make it look like their first try was a home run. But in reality, it was probably their 17th attempt, with 16 cringy failures buried somewhere on an old YouTube channel they hope you never find. So what does it actually take to succeed? It takes time, a lot of time. It takes a lot of patience. But most importantly, it takes something that nobody talks about enough, and that is character development. Yep, I said it. Success isn't just about learning skills. It's really about refining who you are as a person. Can you stay consistent when things aren't working? Can you stay grounded when things finally start working? Can you show up every day when nobody's watching and nothing's going viral? That's the stuff that makes or breaks your journey. If you're in your first year or third year or even 7th year of trying to make it and it still feels slow, know that as long as you have a growth mindset and you are flexible enough to adapt to the constantly changing world, you're not failing. You're just in the training phase that everyone wants to skip. Back in the day, people used to apprentice under someone for 10 years before being seen as good at their craft. They understood that mastery takes time. These days, if we don't see results in 3 months, we think something's wrong with us. But what if this phase you're in right now, this messy, confusing, sometimes soul-crushing phase, is actually shaping you into the kind of person who can handle the success you're dreaming about? Because success without character is like giving a toddler a chainsaw. Dangerous and messy. Success is also a game of probability. The more attempts you make at something, the more effort you put out into the world, the more chances you'll have of something working out for you. I'm not talking about throwing everything randomly at the wall and hoping something sticks. You need to have strategy and intention behind your effort. But realize that the quantity of your efforts is as equally important as the quality. So instead of chasing fast results, what if you focused on becoming someone who's ready for success when it arrives after numerous attempts, hard work, and failure? Which means expecting to fail, learning from every setback, and seeing every boring, unglamorous day as a rep in the gym for your mindset. Because this is the real secret sauce nobody wants to hear. It's not sexy, it won't go viral, but it works. Look, I get it. The world's fast, flashy, and full of shortcuts. But if you want to build something that actually lasts, you need patience, resilience, and a whole lot of self-awareness. You don't need to become a millionaire in 2 years. You just need to not quit for 10. So the next time someone flashes their success on your feed, just remember, you're not behind, you're becoming. Quietly, slowly, but surely. Now tell me in the comments, what's one area in your life you're working on building, even if it's taking longer than expected? And if this video gave you a reality check you didn't know you needed, hit that like button. Maybe share it with a friend who's quietly struggling too. And let's keep this conversation honest. We need more real talk on the internet. Not more rented Lambos and mansions.